We'll stay with this issue, and we're going straight to the United States Embassy here in Ghana. The public affairs officer has joined us on the line to give us their side of the story and whether or not Ghanaians should be concerned about these two gentlemen who have been brought into the country. Daniel Fennell, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today.
To start with, what were the considerations before the two men were brought into Ghana?
Yeah, so the global issue here is that President Barack Obama has made it a centerpiece of his policy to close the detention base that's located in Guantanamo Bay. And so we've been working for several years with partners and allies and supporting governments around the world to take non-violent or non-risky candidates that have been cleared by our security apparatus. Ghana, therefore, is one of 55 countries that has participated, and we're very grateful. We see this as a sign of their leadership and their excellent partnership.
Right. What about Ghana? Why not Nigeria, Togo, Mali, maybe? Why Ghana?
Well, as I say, Ghana is one of 55 different countries. We worked with countries that are good partners and that we've been able to access. We also give the option to the individuals. The people coming were asked if Ghana was acceptable, and they said yes.
So you asked the two inmates whether they would prefer to be in Ghana, and they said yes.
That's correct. So they were given the option. They could have said no. There are others who were offered Ghana. They preferred somewhere else.
Okay. Many Ghanaians are quite apprehensive about this decision. Do you think their fears are justified, considering the fact that these two men have had links or ties with terror groups around the world?
Yeah, so I guess the context, I would say, is twofold. First, the individuals had information that was valuable at the time of their capture, but that was more than 10 years ago. And in instances where they weren't particularly tied to specific activity, for example, if they're just a courier or a driver, they still would have information that was useful at that time, but they're really not risks in the classic sense of being active in a terror organization. So these two that have come to Ghana are in fact been vetted and cleared more than 5 years ago by all of the security apparatus and have been deemed to not hold significant risk.
There are those who are quite concerned about why America wouldn't want them to stay in their country if they have been, like you're saying, cleared of all such attachments to these terror groups. Why is America not accepting them in their country?
Well, I guess first, they've never been in America. They were being held in Guantanamo Bay, which is in Cuba, a different country. The preference in repatriation is to bring them back to their own country of citizenship. In the case of these two, they're citizens of Yemen. And unfortunately, Yemen is not in a political or environmental condition to receive refugees. So Ghana is showing great leadership, I think. They're accepting these two along with other refugees from other areas like Syria. And they're showing that they're members of the world community. They can be relied upon to participate in a program, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Yes, but I'm asking that why are they declared persona non grata in the United States of America?
Well, there's been no determination about them specifically, but the idea is for them to settle first back in their own country, and the United States doesn't have a mechanism to have them come to the U.S.
I am struggling to understand why they are. America, of all countries, does not have the mechanism to...
We have more immigrants than any in the world. We're a nation of immigrants, so we have a strong record in that regard, and it works out well. In the case of these individuals, the Congress has passed a rule prohibiting them from coming to the United States. So the Obama administration has to go with other options. In this case, it's the world community supporting the idea of having a more peaceful environment. Being able to close this facility in Guantanamo is an imperative for President Obama, and we're very grateful that Ghana is among the 55 countries that is assisting to do so.
Okay. When they are in Ghana, we're told they're already in Ghana. Can you help us understand where specifically they'll be living and what kind of lifestyle they are allowed to have?
So I think historically the former detainees are provided with a living facility that's monitored, but it's not a detention facility. So they're tried to be reintroduced to a community, to a religious lifestyle, to a support structure. The Ghanaian government is providing all of those environments, and I honestly don't have the information on that.
Would they be allowed to have visitors? Would they be allowed to use mobile phones, the internet?
I don't know the parameters of what they'll have access to, but I assume that over the course of time they'll become residents like everyone else.
All right, Daniel Fennell, I think there are a lot more questions that need answers, but we'll have to leave it here for now for lack of time. Thank you very much for speaking with us.